Hi, welcome back, and thank you for viewing. So today we're going to talk about we're going to look at the fight last Saturday from Anthony Joshua and Klitschko, which I predicted Joshua would win in the sixth. I think I said the sixth round after a cagey start. As it happened, as we all know, he won in the 11th. Now, those who watched that fight, what a fight, eh? It was a proper, refreshing boxing match between two great fighters and two people who didn't go out there to sit back, didn't go out there to, just to get a payday. They both went out to win that fight, and I predicted, I think, that the first round would be really cagey, which it was. Both fighters were sort of feeling each other out. There was a lot of extended jab. No one really wanted to commit themselves, but and I thought Joshua was well in control up until the fifth round, and then he obviously put Klitschko down, and I thought, this is it, he's going to do it. He's probably going to recover a little bit, and Joshua will finish him off. But I think the mistake Anthony made was, if you watch that, he celebrated that knockdown as if he'd won the fight. And obviously Klitschko got back up, and Anthony tried to finish him off. And to me, it seemed that he'd given everything he had in those last seconds of the round. And he actually looked spent when he went back to the corner, coming out for the sixth. We all know what happened there. He got caught. He went down. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is it. Anthony's blown it. But you know what? This is what proves him as a champion. This is what makes him a truly great heavyweight, or potentially a truly great heavyweight. He got up from that knockdown. He had the common sense to take the 8-9 before he was up on his feet. His gum shield was out to get maximum oxygen. And from that point on, although he was taking punishment and he was, almost certainly behind, but he played a very clever game. He fought with caution, gave himself enough time to recover, and he had the maturity to do that. Bear in mind, this guy's only had 19 fights. He's still a rookie, yet he had the common sense, the maturity to realise that, I've got to box clever here. I've got to avoid being hit more than anything. If I can avoid being hit, not go for the big knockout punch myself, regain my strength, then we can see what happens. And that's what he did. So of course the 11th round came around. We all saw what happened there. Just amazing. Put Klitschko down twice, and the referee, I think, rightfully stopped it for the health of Klitschko. There was that uppercut that was thrown, nearly took Klitschko's head off. That was just amazing. So he's a worthy winner and a worthy champion, and I'm really pleased about that. Where now? So what happens now? So we've already got Tyson Fury coming out of the woodwork. I think he tweeted or said on the news today, I saw it, that Joshua's not a true champion, and that he could beat Joshua with one hand tied behind his back. Well, I don't know what planet Tyson Fury is on. I think he needs to remember that he's grossly out of shape. I think he needs to remember that he hasn't even got a licence to fight in this country, as far as I'm aware, at the moment. I don't think he's got a hope in hell. I know Joshua called him out. A little bit of emotion there, a little bit of heat at the moment in the night, and it is the fight. I'm sure it is the fight that we'd all want to see. But I think there's bigger fish out there at the moment. If he wants to prove himself as the heavyweight champion and to truly unify all the belts, he's got to be looking at Joseph Parker. I think it's the WBO champion. He's got to be looking at Deontay Wilder. Goes without question. For me, I think that should be the next fight. Eddie Hearn has said that from now on, AJ's only going to fight twice a year. So he's going to have plenty of time to prepare. We're not going to see as much of him, but these fights need to be picked very carefully now. They need to be credible fights. Tyson Fury is definitely in the running. I just don't think next. So I think, if I was picking the fights for AJ, I'd say we want Deontay Wilder next. Then we want Joseph Parker. Of course, you got Puliev, who's IBF, and I think that's a mandatory anyway. So that has to happen along with Louis Ortiz. That's a mandatory. And then of course, there's the rematch with Klitschko if Klitschko wants it, and if AJ wants it. I did hear on the radio this morning that fight may happen in Germany. Why would it happen in Germany? AJ's the world champion now. If they want to fight him, bring him over to Wembley, bring him over to the O2, bring him over to the Cardiff Arena even. Bring him anywhere in the UK on his home turf. AJ calls the shots now. There's a new sheriff in town. So, I'm not ruling out going abroad, because I think if there was a big money fight in Vegas, then of course he'd be a fool not to take that, because that would truly put him on the world stage. Not that I think he needs any help, because he's now on the world stage. Saturday's fight was broadcast all over the world. I think HBO had it, and Showtime in America broadcast it. So people now know who Anthony Joshua is, and they know what he can do. Now, there will be these fighters, Puliev, Ortiz, Deontay Wilder, Parker. They would have looked at Saturday night, and the one thing they would have got, they'll be queuing at the door to fight AJ now, because the one thing they would have seen is that he can be hurt. He can be put down, and he can be hurt. All you've got to do is keep him hurt and finish him off, which is obviously something that Klitschko couldn't do, or failed to do. So I think it's exciting times ahead now. I think we've got a great world champion. I said it from day one when I saw him. He was going to be champion of the world. I just think now he needs to ratify his titles, unify them, get them all, even the ones that people don't take seriously. If he can get every one, he will make his mark. He'll go down in history as possibly the greatest heavyweight the UK has ever produced. I know that's controversial. Some people will say Lennox Lewis, blah 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 blah. But he's got the potential there. I think he's got the body, he's got the power, he's got the boxing skills. We now know he's got the recovery, although it took some time, but he can take a shot. And the hardest thing for any fighter to do, any fighter, whether you're an amateur or top of your game, has to be to get off the canvas and win. And that's precisely what he did. So that's my view. Hope you've enjoyed this short video. Please like and subscribe and share, and keep tuned in, and I'll put some more on for other fights and any ongoing stuff regarding AJ as well. Good luck. Have a good week, everybody. Thank you. Bye.